Hey y'all, it's Jamie from Homesteading, and my husband and I just got back in from working on my 88 IROC Z convertible, and if you're interested in seeing that, we are planning on making a series of getting that up and running, and I'll let you know when we decide what channel we're going to start putting that out on. Heck, we might put it out on both in different ways. I don't know what we're going to do. But if you're interested in that hobby of vehicles does intersect with our homesteading sometimes, because sometimes we get homesteading vehicles, sometimes the vehicles are in the way of my homestead. So, but anyway, today I have this half-gallon jar. I think it's a half-gallon jar. And I need to fill it. And I've been thinking, I have chili on my shelf. I now have all kinds of beans that I've canned on my shelf. And what else? Oh, I did pinto beans and ham. Well, ham hock. But I like to prepare for if power outages happen, because we live... Sorry, Coco hears me talking about food. She says, yes, please. But I like to prepare in case we have hurricanes, which knocks out our power. Sometimes we have freezing storms, or snowmageddon as it was known as, and that will knock out our power. So I have all these things on the shelf, plus chili. So I thought I would use this jar and make some minute rice. So I already have to cook dinner tonight. We've got part of it going. I'm going to cook some rice for the people who eat rice, and I'm going to cook a bunch extra, and I'm going to show you what I do with it to turn it into minute rice, and then my family will have to try it out. And basically it's the same style stuff you would get at the store, it just costs a whole heck of a lot less because you make it yourself and you're in control of what's in it instead of preservatives, etc. You can just put it in an airtight container and even seal the top, and then you know it's fresh and it stays fresh and know how long it's been in there. But anyway, we're gonna make a bunch of rice, and you will need some way to dehydrate it, because this is a dehydrating project. And I feel like even though I'm tired, we've been working ourselves to death lately, this project can work passively for me and have stuff on my shelf where I'm not having to do too much in here. And I like that. I like to have things working for me while I'm resting. So let's get into it. Ooh, y'all want to see my little snack? That little snacky snack. Look at that little snack of a ham. That'd be a good snack in ham, huh, Daddy?
Yeah, I know where yours is.
I know, I'm pretty hungry too. Okay, so let's get going. Alright, so in here I have 4 cups of rice. And y'all let me know if this is true or not, because someone once told me their Asian friend says they can eat that much rice because everybody over there washes their rice. I think they wash it 3 times to get rid of the starch, and it makes sense. So I've been washing my rice for my family lately, which they have not noticed. And I'm going to wash it 3 times. You see how cloudy that water is? It makes sense. You get rid of most of the starch. Plus it's highly satisfying to get to play with this, so it's a win-win.
You leave the oven on?
No.
It's your turn.
No, well, I'm still in here. Uh-huh. You just looking for a reason to try to find something for me. Because you can't be as good as this.
Yes.
Yes.
I want some babies.
No. I think you should find a little drinky for me. Alright, that was 2. You see, as I go, the water gets clearer and clearer. Much clearer. Wow, is it that difficult? You know, people, he's getting old. He said, I'm so hot, my teeth are sweating. I think that's a little ridiculous after the summer we just had. Today feels like almost winter, even though we were sweating. Okay, so I'm gonna get this in my pot. And basically, I'm just making rice. And sorry, I had to turn my AC on. I had to turn my vent on because it's hot up in here. And since I am planning to dehydrate any leftovers of this, I'm not going to put any broth or anything like that. And I will have to test it out. I have no idea whatsoever on how to cook minute rice. And sorry if the lighting's a little horrible. I'll try to lighten it up in the edit, but I couldn't be bothered to set up my lighting. I just want to hurry and show y'all this. You know, I just assume everybody knows how to make rice, but I don't know how to make instant rice, so maybe you don't know how to cook regular rice. So I'll show you all of it. This is 8 cups of water, so I had 4 cups of rice, 8 cups of water. So that's a 2-to-1 ratio. And I'm gonna bring this pot to boil. It helps bring things to boil if you put your lid on it, but I'm gonna kind of do like this because I usually cook rice in a pot that's clear lidded so I can see when it comes to boil, because it usually takes forever to come to boil and then wants to boil all over the place. So we're gonna bring to boil, reduce heat, and simmer, and then you set a timer for 15 minutes. And that is a no-fail method of making rice. I never have issues with that. My children have all learned how to make that from a very young age, how to get a pot of rice going, easy peasy. Okay, so I have this Kasari all-in-one. I'm gonna put the one that's got the most on top. I've noticed it dries faster on top for some reason. And we're gonna set this to dehydrate after we take it off toast. It's a little bit late. I don't think my brain's working. I'll put on 120 for 12 hours and we'll check it then and see what it looks like. Okay, so we still have about an hour before it's been 12 hours, and you can see some of it's still gummy. So I'm just going to go through, break some of it up, and restart it for probably 5 or 6 hours, however long I'm going to be gone to work. That way I can check it again. Well, I'll put it for 8. That way I'll just check it when I get in. It don't matter how long I take. Alright, so I'm back home from work. And a lot of it's getting super crispy. I'm going to just go through and break these up again. But I think we are almost good. And you just don't want any mush. See how there's moist dampness on my fingers? This one, not so much. You can really feel the difference. That one's still soft on the inside. So if your rice isn't sticky like this one was, then this will be even easier. Ooh, that's nice and crispy. So I'm going to leave it going a little bit more and check on it in a couple more hours. These are all very crispy now. These are all super crispy, no mushy bits left in. I'm still going to go through and break up the chunks a little bit, just to make sure there's no moisture hiding. Alright, now everything in the dehydrator is nice and dry. I'm just going to get it out and put it in my very large mason jar. I think it's a half a gallon mason jar, and I will use those vacuum sealers to make it airtight at the top. But when I do this again, I'm definitely going to put the heat up to 150, 160, and I'm going to start stirring the rice from the very beginning to help avoid all these clumps. And I'll show you what I do to try to help with the clumps further down the end of the video. And I do recommend using really hot water to rehydrate this. I still haven't looked up how to make minute rice. That would probably help too. But if you have ideas for what I can use instead of the parchment paper, let me know in the comments below. And I also didn't remember to record y'all a little outro, so I wanted to say thank you for stopping by, and if you have anything to say it down in the comments, and until the next time, I love you, bye-bye! Also, please remember to subscribe if you haven't. Our goal is now to reach 1,000 subscribers.
Can you delete that first one though?
Oh no. No.
Please, oh, that's so embarrassing. And like 10 years from now, you're gonna find it and be like, oh, look at what she was doing.
Just saying, I'm gonna have to voice over this last bit because sister is foretelling lots of juicy details for junior high that she doesn't want announced to the world. You know what? I'm glad she tells me.
But there are a lot of things I'm not telling you.
So I'm just going to keep doing this and fill this jar up, and we'll see where we get. Maybe I'll have better lighting. I think I'm going to use this to just chop it up a little bit more so I can shake this jar around over the next few days and make sure I don't see any moisture while I get the next round of rice going. This should get rid of most of the clumps. And I'm pretty sure this batch took a little, probably 15 hours to dehydrate on, I don't know, what was I on, 120, something like that, I don't even know. I just wing things. Alright, next batch going in.